Light the beam! Light the beam! Light the beam! Light the beam!
Oh, my God. Hey, Cap.
Hey, how you doing there, sir?
Did your general manager of your favorite NFL team start a fight that resulted in one of your ex-wide receivers fighting with a pop star on Twitter all weekend?
I don't think this year.
Not this year?
Not
or
this year.
Let me rephrase that. Has that ever happened with the general manager of the NFL team that you root for? Also, how about, let's try it maybe in your situation, because the GM is different than the owner. Has your owner ever done anything that resulted in Nicki Minaj threatening Des Bryant to fight her husband?
I'm gonna have to really roll the tape, but I'm gonna go with no.
Yeah, that's probably a big no. Light the beam. Welcome into the Sports Cave with Biggest Puma. As you can tell, a lot of Cowboys talk on the docket tonight, but we start as always broadcasting live, extremely distracted as we have Rangers Yankees on the TV in the room, broadcasting here on the north side of San Antonio, where we find ourselves mercilessly only 31 days away from NFL opening night, where your Dallas Cowboys play the defending Super Bowl champion Eagles up in Philly. Was that Thursday? Thursday, September 4th?
That is a Thursday.
Yeah, dude, I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't locked into the whole back and forth Micah, Jerry, Jay-Z, Jay-Z, Nicki. And then somehow we get to Nicki and Dez going back and forth.
Oh man, yeah. I caught the first half, but then the second half, I'm like, what?
Oh no, I followed.
Like, where did Nicki Minaj come in?
I followed the rabbit all the way down, all the way down the wormhole, or all the way down the rabbit hole, I guess you would say. Yeah, we're gonna keep up our normal Cowboys notes each episode. These. We actually have some serious Cowboys notes to get to because, of course, all of that we described was kicked off with Micah requesting a trade Friday afternoon. So we'll get to the Cowboys news. We got a lot of weekend sports. We haven't done an episode. We've talked, but we haven't talked with headphones on since the MLB trade deadline. So got a lot of baseball to recap from this past weekend. It's pretty ironic to me that both our teams are playing each other after how terrible of weekends they both had.
Oh, yeah.
So there are a lot of parallels there.
Awful.
Curious to get your as this series plays out.
I'm just hoping it's like just first game jitters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We're sitting here watching this now in the top of the third, and there's already been 7 runs scored.
Yes.
4-3 Rangers as we watch.
Solid defense going on.
Yeah, okay. I have on my notes the main segue. I wanted to start getting into our college football talk because for the first time ever, the Texas Longhorns are number 1 in the coaches poll.
Whoa.
Pretty crazy. And we'll see how much time we have to get.
Who's number 1 on the AP poll? Georgia?
It comes out next week.
Oh, it comes out next week?
Yeah, AP comes out next week. I fear we're going to spend so much time between Micah and baseball from the weekend. And hell, the Spurs signed their biggest contract ever, 4-year max extension to De'Aaron Fox.
Yep.
We got that to get to. All of that being said, of course, we'll close it out with the lightning round and a little look-see, as Jerry would say, look-see back on an event that happened on this day. Oh, God, what was it, 96, 95? Of course,
It's a glorious. We'll keep it. Let's just keep it in the dark. See if people can guess it.
I mean, judging by how viral this event goes on this day every year.
Almost like Bobby Bonilla Day.
Yeah, it's very, very similar. And to leave you guessing, I'll give you it was 1993 on this day.
Yep.
We'll close out with some video there at the end of the lightning round. But as always, you got to know what national day it is. For all the PR-minded folks out there that want to know what they need to be doing to celebrate, how they can get likes and clicks from celebrating something like, can I interest you in National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day?
Jesus.
This is one of the biggest throwaway PR days
I mean, Crumble Cookies loves this day.
Of course they do. Or what's
Cookie starts with C.
It amazes me that we have that drop. What is the cookie company that delivers them to you? We used to always get those.
I don't know, man.
Always at the radio station.
Is it Crumble? Is that a CRUMB?
Yeah, those got real popular, but there was Tiff's Treats.
Oh, Tiff's Treats.
Yeah, you see those little dudes hauling ass all over town. The way some of them drive, it just it feels like they're like, it's like a GTA mission, and that you got 5 deliveries to do in 20 minutes.
You probably got a lot of husbands being like, "Oh shit."
Yeah,
it's the anniversary. He needs to get to her work by 5 p.m.
You don't understand. Not only do I need your freshest cookies, I need them to get there in 7 minutes before she leaves.
The florist, the cookies,
it's
everybody.
4:53. Yeah, you've got them all on one group call. Yeah. Like, all right, listen, folks. I assembled the team here because I'm about 7 minutes away from forgetting my wife's anniversary, and I need y'all's help.
And I wonder how all her coworkers are like, man, he just really got them all here right at 3:45, huh?
He must have spent months planning to get it lined up perfectly.
Susan at the HR is like, man, just all hating on her.
Susan is such an HR name too. That's perfect. That's one benefit of the roommate now working from home pretty much full time.
Don't have to deal with HR.
No longer pressure of it's a birthday or an anniversary, make sure there's balloons or flowers or anything. Because I was the type, I'm not against it. I'll get them. Like, I'm not doing the performative thing of having them delivered to your office.
Still one of my favorite Seinfeld episodes, the cake. I don't want the cake.
Oh, okay.
Like, I've gained 5 pounds.
Yeah, that's the other problem, especially on National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. Although, for as throwaway of a PR holiday that one is, how about I interest you in National Coast Guard Day?
Is it because it's Shark Week?
So
end of Shark Week.
That's a good.
I'm like
that could. Yeah, I could see that actually. I could see that
on the
playing.
footsteps of Discovery Zone Shark Week.
So technically, this day is the day. You want to take a guess on what year the Coast Guard was formed?
Oh, the Coast Guard. So that's our 5th brand. No, that's not
Space
even a brand.
Force.
That's Space Force. I guess Coast Guard would be wrapped up with our National Guard. I'm going to say 1953.
That's a solid guess. So as currently LG, you want to put a guess on the table?
Yeah, I'd say 1949.
Okay, yeah, both you're thinking right after post-World War II.
Post-World War II.
Yeah, you need a lot of German U-boats were lurking.
The New Beginning, or what was it, the Great New Deal?
The New Deal.
Not the yeah.
But that was a little bit.
Greats.
A little rebuilding to do after. No, so the day they technically founded as currently constructed as a branch of the government. 1915. So significally.
Yeah, we were nowhere close.
No, but I said good guess.
I wanted. That's a horrible guess.
Well, it's even worse when
sucked.
It's even worse when I tell you. So they technically became what we now know as the Coast Guard, January 28th, 1915. But on this day, in 1790, the Coast Guard was assembled by Alexander Hamilton when he lobbied Congress to give him. He was Secretary of the Treasury, so he's in charge of the money. We've got a lot of merchant ships that are being hijacked. We got a lot of merchant ships we need to protect.
We got to protect those tea ships.
We've got a bunch of countries that aren't properly paying their tariffs.
Oh, buddy.
Literally, our policy in 2025 is the reason we have the Coast Guard in 1790 because the Secretary of Treasury.
It might be my favorite word.
Tariffs. No one was using it before me. Except for Alexander Hamilton in 1790 when he couldn't get people to pay their tariffs, so he formed.
All I got is the musical in my head right now. Alexander Hamilton.
Oh, man, that's one of those ones where. Like that in the Barbie movie, I'm comfortable saying.
Oh, I didn't see the Barbie. Don't compare those two.
I I would argue Hamilton's probably worse than the Barbie movie.
You are out of your depth, sir. You know, one's got history. You, Mister, I'm becoming a Republican watching World War II like
some
documentaries.
New Yorker rapping history.
Hey,
that
we gotta keep your attention.
No,
you know?
that doesn't do it for me. Having some theater nerd do his best beatboxing while he's talking about
the theater.
Hamilton
the theater
and Burr.
is a great institution.
Oh, I love the theater.
The theater.
Big fan. Love the theater. Big fan. No, it was ironically enough. Hamilton got 10 ships to go about collecting tariffs, and that's where our Coast Guard comes from. On this day in 1790.
Completely underpaid, and like I've loved seeing. There's a show called Trafficked with Maria Venz, maybe.
Oh the
something like
reporter.
that. But like every time she talks to the Coast Guards and like she sees the smuggling ships of like them smuggling in kilos of coke and how they're doing it and all this kind of stuff, the Coast Guard's like, it's really just pure luck or somebody's snitching. It's like,
We got an
6
informant
ships
or
and we got this much. Now imagine you have 3 police cars to travel the state of Texas,
right?
And
no, you're not.
We're
Again,
how are you going to find
10 ships in 1790 to police the world to pay their proper tariffs?
I don't think they're getting away that fast.
Probably not. It was a much slower, methodical collection effort. Yeah. LG technically was a little closer in his guess of 1949. He wins. LG, tell the good people while we still have a good connection how they can help support. I saw we're up officially over 450. That was real country. 450. Sounded like Nolan. 450 subbies now on YouTube. How can the people go about joining the rest?
Well, help us get to 500. Hit that subscribe button, and that'll help us get there.
He's very nice about it today.
Is there
just freaking hit it, man?
Well, I never know. It's either going to be like, dumbass, you just hit the subscribe button. Like, what do you want me to say?
It's right there.
Or it's going to be the very laid out, like, well, what you can do is it's shown right now on the screen, and then while you're at it, why don't you buy us a coffee and then eat? Guess what? We've also got a wedding registry that you can check out on Amazon.
We got a couple mics.
Well, there you go. You did it for me. Right there.
That's
just check the description. Hit that Amazon wish list.
Because I don't know.
Because you can buy us a microphone or some accessories, you know?
I think he's a little nicer today because he's looking real good with his high and tight haircut, man.
I did notice the new
no hat for him today.
So you'll remember when we started this in April, first week of April, I had just gotten a haircut. Yeah. And my first one, like one of 2 haircuts over the last 17 years.
Nobody knows.
Not a single person. Not even the roommate. Like she was nothing. Yeah, it was like,
what'd you take off? Like 6 inches or something?
It was actually, dude. Okay, so it's here now. It was significant. She took off like 4 inches. A lot of dudes that would be about it.
They go shoulder. Okay, so how about this? 500 shoulder length.
Okay.
500 shoulder length.
Similar to
both of us.
The mustache.
I will go full mustache and I'll shave the beard.
You would have to go Charlie Chaplin in order to get me to.
You want to get canceled?
Cut anything shorter than shoulder length.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna look like Farva. You know, with the mustache.
Okay, that's pretty solid.
It's
that's
not
pretty
good.
solid, actually.
I'm gonna look straight petter-ass.
It's pretty solid, though.
So you got
that mustache is in right now with the young kids.
Oh, I could go like Fu Manchu.
I was about to say,
I got this little white
1980s designated hitter. The Fu Manchu look.
Look at it. It's back. Look at any college baseball team.
Yeah.
What's funny is
that dirty stash look, dude.
Look,
Puma, he's a trendsetter.
It's not bad. It's
set trends.
I was doing it long before everyone started doing it during COVID.
I still love the old pictures of you with that little.
Oh, the pube, the chin pubes. Maybe that for 500. I'll bring the chin pubes back.
No, that's not enough.
As LG says, it's absolutely free. We are trying to get to 500 so we can open up some super chats to y'all, be a little more because as we get into football season. We're going to be soliciting more.
Yeah, we're going to be interacting.
More interact because it's going to be.
Section.
It's going to be more.
We're going to bring fancy talk.
Crowdsource driven. Yeah, we're going to have
Fantasy talk. You can ask us questions.
This is a terrible promotion of what we're just like. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interaction and
it's interactive, sir. We're going to be interactive.
But we need to get to 500 so we can open, especially when we start doing some Cowboys post-game shows, stuff like that. We want to have those super chats available before the season starts. So we, as I said, we're 31 days. Do you know when I say that sometimes, that as I just said, it's from, there's a great clip of Brad Sham, the Cowboys radio host, longtime voice of the Cowboys on radio.
Oh, I used to listen to him as a child.
He sends it down to the sideline reporter, and the sideline reporter literally repeats what Sham had just said. He's like, and so-and-so is being diagnosed with a high ankle sprain and won't be returning to this game. For more, here's Mickey Spagnoli. And then Mickey goes, yeah, we just got word that so-and-so has a high ankle sprain and he's not going to be able to return to the game. And then Brad interrupts the sideline report and just goes, yes, as I just said. So that's where I'll see if I can find the clip somewhere.
Oh, man.
The radio station I grew up listening to
behind the scenes is
played
getting
it
like
all the time.
You know they're yelling at each other all
clearly some animosity.
Sipping on some bourbon.
Clearly, well, Sham is an old school broadcaster.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we want to get those super chats opened up for football season. We need to get 500 to do that, and then next goal, maybe we'll talk haircut maybe for 1,000.
All right.
Need to get to 500 first. Do appreciate
we'll
all of y'all.
For 500.
Of course, we'll do something. Yeah. Do appreciate all of y'all that have already subscribed. We are only 48 away now from 500. So if you haven't already, completely free. Make an account if you don't have one, and follow us over there at Sports Cave Live. Okay. It's Monday night.
Get into my favorite type of news. Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm going to.
It's never good.
It's never good.
Never good.
And I swear, I think 2 weeks ago, I declaratively stated we're not going to do the constant back and forth between Micah and Jerry.
And I called you a liar.
Well, okay. Go back and check the tape, and I said, unless it's something nuclear. I think
this is not
requesting a trade. It's not, and we'll get into that.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that Micah Parsons is not actually trying to get traded. But normal Monday nights, do a little bit of weekend recap before we get into the rest of the red meat. I've only got a quick one. It was a pretty quiet weekend. It was a weekend where I was able to watch a 4-part Hulu true crime series with the roommate, because there just wasn't a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
What was it? Mr. and Mrs. Murder. Boring. It was a typical 2 high school couples. One dude was having an affair with the woman, couldn't be together. They were Christian, raised. One of them was a preacher's son, couldn't get a divorce. So they just killed the other husband and then remarried and went on for like 17 years. Yeah, spoiler alert. It's fine. But the main highlight, I had an old high school buddy come into town. And I think majority of the time, majority of high school badasses, of people that are like, all-state athletes or, maybe just the cool kid that didn't play sports but was still, a lot of those guys don't tend to stay badasses throughout the into adulthood and middle age. But sometimes there's one that actually is able.
He holds on to that lore,
and it's not because it was because it's just natural. It's like natural swag, It's like some people are just going to be badasses no matter what. And an old buddy of mine popped into town this weekend. I would describe him as one of those. He was an all-state baseball player, stud, first baseman, pitcher, lives over in Austin. Well, we the band. When I went and saw, he's the drummer.
Oh, he's a drummer.
Exactly.
He's a high school baseball star.
Long hair.
A drummer in a band.
Going gray like mine.
Oh my god.
He's got a artist girlfriend who just tattoos on the side just for fun, but she actually makes all of her money from her actual artwork.
Oh my!
So they were
God,
in
dude.
town this weekend because
Sounds like I want to be his best friend, man.
dude, I'm working my best. I'm greasing the wheels. I'm trying to oh yeah, no, y'all come hang out.
Yeah,
come
just catch all,
see San Antonio.
Let me catch
Yeah.
all those sidelines.
Exactly. So they came into town because his girl, his wife, is presenting a piece in a art show that's taking place this Friday here in San Antonio down at
Very nice.
Galleria Eva down in the Arts District downtown. And so they came in, dropped her painting off, ended up grabbing some drinks, and throughout the course of hanging out with him, it came up. He's still playing in one of these men's fast pitch baseball leagues.
So you told
He
me
asked
that.
me when the last time I swung a bat was. I was like, dude, I haven't played beer league softball in like 5-6 years, maybe 7. And I was like, why? When's the last time you've been? He's like, I played 9 last weekend. I was like, what are you 9? What are you talking? Oh no, what happened?
That's a 2 spot there, sir.
Oh, Stanton increased his current active career home run lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We're going to be distracted on this one. 5-4 now, Yankees.
All right.
But he told me he's playing in this.
You got to pay those umpires a lot of money because, man, like.
He said they're pretty inconsistent. If it's anywhere close, like you got to know.
Yeah, because you to call the actual for a fast pitch, and I'm saying there's no way. He asked me, what's the average pitch speed? And I was like, it's got to be in the 80s, man. Like these guys aren't throwing no 90s.
No.
They'll be in the minors or the relief pitcher category.
Well, and that's the thing. So they play. And I didn't know any of this. They play different age groups, so you can be in like a 18 up, or a 28 up,
the 50-year-old,
or a 38. So he plays on 2 teams. He plays the 18 up. He said is too intense because that's literally guys that are like
they're still showcasing
1,000%. They're hoping to still, at minimum, pick up with an independent league. But some of these guys are like fresh out of low A, single A ball that never got promoted to double A, and then they got released. So you're looking at guys like mid-20s that are still throwing consistently upper 80s. That's where you do get a little bit of your flirting with 90. And then he said the 28 and up league is where it's it's the best balance of competition. So most of the younger studs that are fresh out of JUCO ball or something are playing in the 18 league, and not as much of the old geezers will still try the 28.
A lot of them don't want to keep playing. Like I got a friend of mine. Like I met him because they needed a catcher in a beer league thing, and he's over there playing third base. And I see him make a professional third base barehanded scoop and throw to first, and I'm like, I just looked at him like, who's this guy?
Yeah, what are we doing
I
here?
was like, this guy, man. I was like, and then he's like crushing the ball, but it was one of those like where you get 1 homer a game.
Oh yeah, you got to
or
limit
you're
those.
out. Yeah. And of course, he crushes a home run on the first pitch, and
Just
I'm
to
like,
prove a point.
And I'm like, man, I want to hit a home run, but of course, I'm just hitting liners to the outfield.
Yeah, just slap hitting all over the place. He said he sits. He's still pitching. He's his team's ace. He said he sits about mid-70s.
Yeah.
On a good day where he can get real loose, 77, 78, but mainly 73, 70, 72, 75.
For all those people that want to see what a 70 mile
that'll
an hour
still
ball
light
comes
your
at
ass
you,
up.
go to like a D-bat and go in that 70 and hear the pop before you even step in, because it's faster than you think.
So,
and if you don't have that bat fully gripped,
no, it's gonna hurt.
You're dropping it. You're screaming. Your hands hurt.
It's like hitting a gong, just shaking in your hand. So he's playing. Lives over. Oh, I forgot we have that.
Yes.
Lives over in Austin. So again, there's a lot of former baseball players that call Austin home. Exactly.
Texas and California, most baseball players, that's where they come from.
He said Austin resident Armando Galarraga, the guy who lost the perfect game, or maybe it was just a no-hitter on the missed call at first.
Yeah, the obvious.
something replay would have fixed in a minute,
Yeah.
in a half a minute if it had been around then. He
Some
said
the other should have the home
you
plate
would have thought
umpire
so,
should have
yeah.
been like, man,
crew
come on.
chief,
Yeah.
overrule.
Yeah.
So he plays in the league but doesn't pitch, which would just be unfair. I mean, if you're having that level, like he's not that far removed from almost throwing a no-hitter in the majors. But he, so it's that level of, I mean, it's some, he said he gets lit up as much as he pitches well in the 28 and up league, and then he plays in the 38 and up league to kind of build the morale back up because he still wants to pitch
to like get his momentum going.
well, no, more to build up his emotion, his mental toughness to go back and face the firing line that is a 29-year-old fresh out of.
I just don't know why you hate the word momentum so much.
Because I'll tell you why. We'll do it once and we'll get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Because it creates a narrative that I don't actually think.
You think
reason,
it takes away from the player's
correct.
skill?
I think it takes away from a player either doing. I think it creates an excuse for a player that does something bad, and it creates a false narrative for a player that does something good. I think a lot of what we refer to as momentum is actually just mental toughness. Of actually just, wow, they just scored 7 straight against us. I've got to toughen up mentally and be able to lock back in and stop their run. I don't think momentum is driving their run. I think you lose focus or you turn a little soft and then you get woken up when a team starts running on you.
Last thing, I just think endorphins, natural adrenaline plays a huge part, especially when you're locked in, especially when it's all about hustle plays. That's where I'm seeing momentum. And enough said about momentum.
I can't
I
wait.
won't bring it up every show.
No, it's fun because during football season, just wait. There's going to
happen.
There's going to be a team that 2 minutes left in the game, they drive down, score a touchdown, go up by 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And then the other team with less than 30 seconds left drives and kicks a field goal and wins it. So which one of those teams had the momentum? Which one didn't? How do you explain that?
My argument more is the refs killing the momentum killers. It could be a penalty. It can be actually a drop ball that can kill
again, and that's where a penalty. That's where I go back and say that was a mistake on an individual that now is getting blamed on momentum.
But that's the difference. I'm telling you is whenever the refs sit there and kill the momentum versus the players killing the momentum. That's just, he's not locked in. That's natural. But when a third party comes in and is like, well, they're up on the Chiefs. Oh, man, they're the darling boys, and the Raiders are sitting here having all this momentum. Oh, they just completed a 3rd and 15 pass. Excellent pass. No, he had that was a little excessive push off or some other crazy call.
Or like when the Raiders get a fumble and then the ref declares he actually had tucked the ball. Yeah. I hear what you're saying,
exactly.
But I still don't necessarily
think
that is because of momentum, and it's actually still based in incompetence, as I'm saying. We've beat around the bush. There it is. Beat around the bush long enough. Let's talk some Cowboys, unfortunately.
Yes.
So Friday, all of this started when Micah put out a tweet that is simply captioned, "Thank you, Dallas." Thank you, Dallas. Simba lion emoji, crown, and praying hands, and an exclamation point. That was followed by a full 3 screens worth where we could see he's writing on his iPhone Notes app at 11:13 p.m. And it started
all in his feelings.
Yes, I wanted to be here. I did everything I could to show that I wanted to be a Cowboy and wear the star on my helmet. I wanted to play in front of the best fans in sports and make this America's team once again. He wanted to make America's team great again.
Yeah, you're gonna have to clip notes this.
I say all that to ask you, how do you think this is going so far?
Yeah, I love the part where he's like, we know Dallas isn't winning anything or hasn't won anything.
Yeah, he brings that up.
He just throws them on the bus and how they're like a losing organization, but he's trying to, and he's like, this is why. This is why, because you do this to your players.
Yeah.
And he isn't wrong.
Unfortunately, I no longer want to be here. I no longer want to be held to closed-door negotiations without my agent present. We're going to talk about that. I no longer want shots taken at me for getting injured while laying it on the line for the organization, our fans, and my teammates. Again.
Yeah, that's crazy that the owner would take a shot for someone getting injured playing for your team.
That's right. As J.J. Watt pointed out, there's no better time to take a shot like that than on the day that the team reports to training camp.
Yeah.
And this is where, if you go back and remember when we talked about it back then, I think I said something along the lines of Jerry is negotiating with a type of player he's never negotiated with before.
With an audience as big or maybe bigger than him.
With a man who is literally part of the media.
Yeah.
While he's also the product that the media consumes.
Yeah.
That is foreign territory where where Jerry can say something.
He gets talked about just as much as Jerry, if not more. And now, you don't think that pisses off that little Arkansas?
Of course.
That little Arkansas oil maker?
No, that makes the hillbillies' blood boil. Just thinking about the idea of that one of his employees would get as much attention as he does. But in a world where Micah goes on the Undertaker's podcast to talk about his contract, like Jerry's not doing that anymore. Jerry's not doing podcast appearances. Jerry does a radio show on the people that pay him to broadcast their games. Jerry does media availability at the camp where he can control the narrative and talk about whatever he wants to talk about. He does get some pushback from certain reporters, but he just plows right through. Micah knows how to manipulate the media potentially more than the old man does now. And that was what I was saying a couple weeks ago.
He can't move as fast as the media is is going,
because it's not the media he knows.
Yeah,
he doesn't know podcasting.
He doesn't know. He knows I get 30 minutes on PTI. Like PTI is going to talk about me. Sports Center is going to talk about me. Now you're like, 500,000 podcasts are going to talk about me. You know,
it's very, very,
including a great one here,
foreign to him, and. Specifically in what Micah was saying, LG, you have that clip of Romo talking about one of his rounds of negotiating with Jerry. The fact that Micah specifically, we'll get into the details of what Micah is talking about, but this idea that Jerry has in every generation, every era, he's owned the Cowboys. He has used unethical negotiating tactics to try to get the players to make deals without their agents present. And in a world where, I have a contract, like in the way contracts work, I don't negotiate contracts every day. The managers do.
Yeah.
The people that own the company do. They have specific people that negotiate those contracts on their behalf. That's why players have agents.
Yeah.
Because agents are, at the end of the day, the best negotiators that they can have to counter their employer. That's how contract negotiations work. And
it's taxation without representation, but you're getting represented by your agent. And when you close door them, then we have communist China over
it's
here.
Impossible not, kind of. It's impossible not to view, okay, let's give Jerry benefit of the doubt. Why else would Jerry not want the agent involved than to save money or to negotiate a deal that he knows he's better at negotiating a deal than a player is? What would be the other benefit to Jerry?
He's going with the chaos method. He's like, this is just going to stir chaos, and with chaos, I can slip one by him.
Well, It didn't work with Romo, which is actually kind of surprising to me.
He's a miracle.
Because I figured Romo would roll over and play dead, and it's not working with Micah. But this is how Romo described these exact tactics back when he was still a Cowboy.
One of the coaches says, "Hey, Coach Parcells wants to see you in the coach's office." And so I'm like, "Okay, that's different."
Bill and I got him in a little old room, like a closet almost.
Pause it real quick, LG.
Jody, come on, sit down right here.
So, like, that right there, like, it's all about power.
That's psychological tactics, man.
1,000%.
The psyops.
And that, again, that is why players have agents, so they don't get cornered intentionally in rooms the size of closets so that management and the owners can take advantage of
That's
them.
why minors don't need, and they need their parents to talk to them.
It's almost
and why
like
anybody who
having
gets
a
arrested
guardian.
needs to say lawyer.
Yeah, give me a lawyer. Roll it, LG.
Bill's sitting there with a little bit of a scowl on his face. Put this chair in. Right when I'm about to sit down, they kind of pull the chair in. So now it's like all three of our knees are touching right next to each other.
And I had both my feet kind of on his toes, and Bill was sitting there almost a half an inch from his ear.
It's about the most intimidated I've ever been in any sort of a setting in your life.
So we were squeezing him a little bit to sign the deal.
Bill says, I can't play today. I can't play today. I mean, we're not gonna showcase you for the rest of the league. You out there, you play well, and you're a free agent this year, and you're gonna go play somewhere else. I'm not gonna let you play today unless you're gonna sign this contract that we offered you.
He was so composed. He was so good. And he looked me in the eye and he said, "I'm going to get to play when you've got an investment in me. The one you've proposed doesn't really make the kind of investment in me that I think will get on the field. I need to get on the field."
And so Jerry looks over at Bill and they look at each other and they're like, "Okay, I think we're going to do the contract that you want."
Again, it's told almost as if it's
an interrogation.
as if it's this cute, funny story of like, haha, we cornered him in a room the size of a closet.
I am actually
I stuck my
disappointed.
feet on his toes so he would know I was trying to get him uncomfortable. Like this,
Sat him in a shorter chair.
this is literally, and he has Bill Parcells in there with him, coach at the time, of course.
I can't believe Bill. Like
that feels very Parcells too, though.
I thought better of Parcells. I
Oh
really did.
no, he's not when he's on Jerry's dime. But that story's been around for years. It's from Romo talking about that's when he was
that new
still
Netflix crap.
No, that clip's been. It was one of the shows, another one of the Cowboys documentaries they've done. I think that one's from like 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago. It's been around for a while, and it's
Documentary for 5 years, huh?
always told as if that is some kind of like, oh, we tried to pull a fast one on him, but he was too smart for us. Well, when I understand teams are looking to make the best deal possible.
Made yourself look like an a-hole.
But now that we have Micah directly blasting the team for still trying to do that, kind of like you said, it's almost like they're trying to conduct a business in a world that has changed all around them, but they don't want to accept that they can't still do things the old way that they've always done it.
It's just how like police back in the day used to use a phone book to sit there and, coerce a confession out of someone or sit there directly lie to them. But now we have cameras and body cameras and everything's like everybody can see what you're doing now, and you can't do things behind the scenes anymore.
Well, what's the transparency is the cure or something? I mean, something of evil. Like it's like transparency
is the death of evil.
There you go.
Something like I just made that up, but
let's run with that. Put that on a T-shirt.
But yeah, I mean, Jerry's gonna Jerry, but he's going to lose Micah if he doesn't get paid by the first preseason game.
Yeah, this is where...
And then I'm going to see how Cowboys... I mean, the DFW just went through Luka.
Right.
Are they going to go through Micah?
The only thing I would say is the Little Mavericks losing a European player is cute compared to the potential of the Cowboys losing a top 3 edge rusher, a premier player at a premier position.
He definitely he's the number one person that impacts the backfield at a 30% rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, he affects the play 30% of the time.
It's him and Reggie White that have gotten 10 sacks in their first 4 seasons ever in the NFL. And Reggie White had played 3 years in the USFL or CFL. Yeah. Reggie White was like 24 when he entered the league. Micah was 21. Yeah. Micah's the age now.
I'll give him
Reggie
his flowers, man. He deserves to get that check, get that TJ Watt money, and just
give him his flowers.
It kills me. Like, it almost reminds me of when we first started this show, when when Luka got that trade, and you're like, I'm done. I'm devoted to the Spurs now. I'm not.
I haven't moved off of that yet.
Are we going to move off the Cowboys? If Micah goes?
I don't think.
If Micah goes because of Jerry.
It's not moving off the Cowboys as much as it is I have been a identified Cowboys nihilist for since Anthony Wright took snaps at quarterback.
Nihilism means you believe in nothing. You've been
That's what I'm saying. I believe the Cowboys are nothing. I believe they when it comes to competitive NFL scenarios where they are actually a upper echelon team that makes deep playoff runs every year, I'm a nihilist towards that concept. I've seen nothing of the sort in my entire adulthood. Why would I? Nihilism is also it's all right there in front of me. I would have to be a blind believer to continue to support it in the way.
Which is about 70% of Cowboys fans.
I think it was 70% of Cowboys fans until about 2 years ago when the Dak deal got drug out, and then Cowboys fans started realizing, like, look, I don't even like Dak, not me, but generic Cowboy fan 2 years ago being like, look, I think Dak sucks, and you just mismanaged this so poorly that he is now the highest paid player in the league. When even though I didn't necessarily like Dak as much as other Cowboy fans, I still would say you should have done this deal earlier so that it's not costing you.
He's been doing this since the 90s. I mean, imagine an owner firing Bill Walsh during the 80s Niners Joe Montana run. Just being like, he's taking too much credit away from me, and I'm going to fire him right after a Super Bowl. Oh, I'm not going to pay the best running back right now because after we come off a championship because he wants $2 million more.
What's the equivalent of y'all refusing to pay Garrison Hurst or somebody?
Yeah. I was like, Juwan Jennings wanted to say, we gave him money, and we were like, all right, come on, let's get back to business. So
no, it's there's one NFL team that conducts their business this way, and I do think
it's the best GM in the league.
There's also a changeover of fandom. So go back 30 years on the nose, 1995, the last time Cowboys were really relevant as far as competing. That was 30 years ago. I was 9 years old. If you were 39, if you were my age in 1995, you're damn near 70 years old now. Like you don't care about the Cowboys the same way you did. And
I think that's all I would care about when I was 70.
But that's what I'm saying.
And making it to the toilet.
Like those people, 39 and it's a struggle, brother. Those are the people that should be you're still diehard.
Yeah.
And I think they're dwindling. The people like me that are in the middle where I have childhood memories of the 3 Super Bowls, but all of my actual memories as a adult sports fan are terrible.
Yeah.
But I can still see the glory, but I'm drifted far enough away from it now that doesn't do anything to really I'm not going to quit being a fan, but I'm not emotionally invested. But if you're 18, if you're 25 right now, if you're 10 years younger than me and you're 29,
you are enthralled in how this got drug out into the third, fourth, and fifth part, which
With-
I need you
with
to
Jay-Z
explain.
and Nicki
I
Minaj?
need you to
Okay.
explain that to me. dude.
That's a fair. Also, the other thing, the average 29-year-old now understands contracts and the economics of the league way better than the average 29-year-old did when I was 29.
because it's transparency.
Because it's just way more
the internet.
And again,
Like, what the
all
is
of the
the
like
internet?
the Undertaker. The Undertaker is talking about contract restrictions within the current CBA on his podcast. That wasn't a thing 20, 30 years ago. And that's where, things that Jerry doesn't understand. But yeah, this it ticked up a level. All of the actual football part of this, I agree with you. I don't think Jerry's trading Micah. I don't think Micah's going to make life so difficult that they have to trade him. I think that the trade request is a power play.
But he said he wasn't going to get on the field without a deal.
Well, that's where I say. So specifics of that. This is his 5th year option that they picked up.
Yeah.
So he has a contract, and this is where he has a contract. I don't see what the problem is. He needs to be out there playing. And it's like, okay.
Micah makes enough money on the podcast. He'll sit.
But if he sits, he would have to sit the whole year.
Yeah.
And then the Cowboys still could franchise tag him
He
next
makes enough money on
2
the contract.
years.
So you're telling me
The Cowboys have 3 more years of control over him regardless.
if they don't sign him this year,
He's not sitting out more than 4 games of a regular season. If they get to week 5, Micah's the one that caves here. Because at this point now, you could kind of argue Micah threw this trade request out too early. Because now, in a way, Jerry has a little bit more power now than he did a week ago. Because now Jerry can say, okay, Micah, well, guess what? We're not trading you. How many games are you willing to sit out? How many game checks are you willing to lose?
Yeah.
How many weeks are you willing to let your teammates and your brothers go out there and play without you?
Is that on Micah or is that on Jerry?
I think it's 1,000% on both. But
Like everybody
It's
on that elite level on their 5th year deal, rookie deal, whatchamacallit, Purdy.
a deal is done.
It's always done. If you are
It's also always done
mid-level to elite.
This April, but the last April.
Mid-level to elite all get signed on their 5th year deal. That's how it happens.
Yep.
That's how it's done. Or you're traded like a Pickens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's not new. And the fact that Jerry's like, whoa, he still's got a contract, that argument is out the window now. Elite players do not play on their 5th year without a new contract.
The only reason it's not...
Give me one.
No, you can't, because again, this is only the Cowboys would put themselves in this position. But
So that's why I'm saying he doesn't have the leverage. You think he got more leverage? I think he lost leverage.
But the leverage is he's still technically, contractually, can control Micah for 3 more years.
Control him on the football field, but not on the mic.
Right. I think Jerry's 80 years old. He's going to ride he's going to make Micah wait even longer now.
You don't think there's going to be people like that? You don't think the Cowboys organization is going to be as leaky as the White House?
Okay, so
you know what I'm saying?
So that's where
there's going to be so much dirt, so much things thrown at Micah for his podcast if he sits, because they know an elite level player always gets paid on the 5th year.
Yep.
If not the 4th year.
Unless it's a team owned by Jerry Jones.
It was Micah's turn last year. CD jumped the line.
Well, again, you could argue a team
Dak jumped the line first.
Well, Zeke jumped Dak, and that's what pushed
everybody's jumping.
Zeke is really when Zeke did that was when Jerry got pissed.
Yeah.
Because he would probably cornered Zeke in a closet and told him, I got to get Dak done, and then we'll get you. You know, I'm good for it.
In the closet.
So you mentioned the leaking ship. Potentially, that's where Dez and Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj come into play, because as Jerry was doing,
give me this breakdown. I didn't catch a lot of this.
So Jerry was doing some media interviews on the practice field as fans were chanting,
Pay
we
Micah.
want Micah, pay
Yeah.
Micah, right?
Yeah.
And he references Des Bryant's former contract negotiations when Des was represented by Jay-Z's agency that he owned, Roc Nation.
Yep.
Randomly, Roc Nation also represented Nicki Minaj. And Nicki Minaj has accused Jay-Z of a list of things, holding other black people down to enrich himself,
money.
shady negotiations,
Beanie Siegel.
not paying out what is in contracts.
Yeah.
Basically, what every agency, when they rise to some level of
Yeah, this has been getting on since the 90s, and when it was Beanie
1,000%.
Siegel was just going against all, like, when it was like beef rap and stuff.
Exactly.
With 50 and
So a lot of it, I think she's probably justifiably upset about a lot of it because it probably did happen. But she found it as a way to insert herself to attack Jay-Z and Roc Nation. But it all started
she fit her fat ass through
when
that
Jerry.
door.
Yeah, is she even still like? Are we like?
I never thought she was hot.
I was thinking more of the actual musically relevant. Like I don't feel like yeah. It's almost it's like bipolar just in a rap
I
song.
thought it was like a shady ripoff, in my opinion.
I could see that, especially when it's produced by Dre and Young Money. Yeah. It all started when Jerry was doing that media availability. He references when he had to negotiate Dez's contract personally. He claimed it was a personal negotiation with Jay-Z. And Jerry said that, when he was talking about how much money they were going to guarantee to Dez, that Jay-Z told him personally that, if he's a member of Roc Nation, that means he's never late to meetings. He never misses a meeting. He's always at the team facility.
like a code of ethics.
Yeah, all these things we knew Des Bryant was. Like, Des Bryant had literally a Cowboy staffer that would...
Oklahoma State's own.
Lufkin's own, yeah. God, could you imagine him at Lufkin? Like, just stud going up against... Lufkin beats Texas. But anyway, so Jay-Z and Roc Nation immediately put a statement out, as reads, quote, in 2015, at the 21 Club, on a napkin. So all of a sudden, like, they're just shooting holes in what Jerry's like, no. Yeah. We were at the club, and we were there till 5 a.m., drunk, writing shit on a napkin. Jerry Jones, Juan Perez, Shea, Jay-Z Carter, and Stephen Jones negotiated a 5-year, $70 million deal, which included $45 million guaranteed, blah, 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 for Des Bryant. At the time, it was the second largest contract for a wide receiver in NFL history. Here's the punch. The claim that Mr. Carter or Roc Nation representatives did not return a call from Jerry Jones is not only a false statement, but it's also a comical one. That's because Jerry said when they had these negotiations, Jay-Z promised him that Des would never miss a meeting. And then Jerry said, and then when I tried to call Mr. Jay-Z to tell him his wide receiver is not at a meeting, no one answered my calls. So this is something else. Jerry, as this now, is talking a lot about how he doesn't talk to agents anymore because of stuff like this, that he alleges. That's Steven talks to the agents now. I talk to the players, as we heard him describe with Romo.
Yeah.
He doesn't want the agents involved so he can get a better deal for himself. So Roc Nation fires back quick. Then, at about the same time, Des caught wind that Jerry had put his name in his mouth. And this was Dez's tweet. Jerry Jones, I don't think, also all caps.
Oh, it's serious when it's all caps.
Yeah, thank you for your attention to this matter. All caps, Jerry Jones, I don't think it's smart to mention my name. I kept quiet about a lot of unfair shit. On some G shit, we can have story time if that's what we are doing.
Leaky ship.
Right. But also, I think similar to the, like, talking about which one has more power now, Like that, Des can say that, and I think he absolutely has some stuff on the Cowboys and the Joneses.
Yeah.
But also, I think whatever he has on Jerry, the Joneses have 4 times on him from all of the stuff. He was like,
But
okay,
but you expect that out of a player.
let's have the media talk about Dez's monkey that bit somebody so they don't view any of this other stuff that we're sweeping under the table.
But Jerry was at some of those parties, and probably at the Cowboys' White House.
No question.
So like, yeah, like you expect that certain type of actions from a players that you don't expect from an owner. And the owner liked to mingle with the players, and we all know about Jerry's fun babies and stuff.
Usually that's reserved to airport stewardess or airport counter workers.
But yeah, there's skeletons in that guy's closet that go, that's a closet fit for a king.
So you might still be wondering.
And where'd Nicki come in?
Correct.
Yeah,
So,
all right, where'd Nicki come in?
So then, to that tweet that Des put out, talking about the the fact that he has something on Jerry Jones, or that he has some skeletons in the closet to expose Jerry for. Well, all Nicki Minaj saw was the Jay-Z part of that. Why don't you expose what you know about Jerry Jones, and I'll expose what I know about Jay-Z. So she quote tweeted that original Des tweet, "Hey, it's Nicki." Well, thank you, Nicki. It's from your account. And then space, entire line space, Minaj, period. And then another entire line space. All of this with Saw gifs at the bottom. How about we play a game? Every time you do a Jerry Jones or NFL story time, I'll do a story time of my own. So originally, I think Des thought, okay, Nicki Minaj is having fun with this. Like we're just going to, play internet, social media, fun. We're just gonna, I've got stories, you've got stories. We all could expose these people.
Bitter ex-girlfriend thing.
Exactly, but it didn't feel like she wasn't taking a direct shot at Des, and Des did a response video that didn't take a direct shot at her, but basically it just was like making it more of a joke, making it more of a like, I didn't know you had beef with him. I've got beef with Jerry, so she was having none of that though. Yeah. So Des puts out the response in his video, and then Nicki goes full nuclear. Yeah. And at this point, we've got Nicki Minaj referencing. She retweets a story from when Des and his mom had the domestic issue where his mom was beating on him, scratching him all. Had a fingernail in his skin from her. As she attacked him, he grabs her, gets him off of her, restrains. Ends up originally being framed as he beat his mom. Yeah. Of course, the only 2 people that were there are him and his mama. Yeah. So we only have their accounts. Only one
has marks.
Exactly. So Nicki Minaj immediately tells Des, no, this ain't a game. And also, aren't you the one that beat your mom? And so then Des, at that point, I think it kind of snapped to Des that, oh, wait a second. I've stumbled into something that I didn't actually understand, but I can't let her talk to me like that.
Now it's a rap battle.
That's correct. So
what you say about my mama?
I wonder if Kendrick gave him some lines.
So Nicki Minaj's tweet was, go beat your mom and then ask Jay-Z why they've allegedly been the vile C words they've been to so many black people while lining their own pockets and weaponizing racism in order to keep black people blinded from their truth. Escalated pretty quickly there on Des. So she ended that tweet with, on second thought, don't beat your mom. I'm sure she loved you once. And then this tweet
You
is
don't
all
talk about my mama?
Then she put, which I think this legally protects her, she put in quotes, or actually in brackets, this tweet is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. So to cover potentially, yeah, no, we're dealing with it, but it's too funny because it actually, this is where it gets good. Dez's response, also LG, don't make drops out of all these. Say, bitch, I didn't go to jail or touch my mama. I was defending myself. I removed her nails from my skin. Folks know I was dealing with some corrupt shit in Dallas. I don't get how you can even be on the internet when with your husband being a sex offender. You said we are speaking facts, weird hoe. So come on.
No,
because if you don't know,
Kendrick Lamar call him a pedo.
Her husband is a registered sex offender.
And isn't her brother? No, or is that Cardi B? Someone's brother is like a registered,
Cardi, I think, has one too. Nicki's also the one that said she had back when the vaccine was the big fight of the year. She had the friend down that had taken the shot. His nuts got real big.
Oh yeah,
and it was the week of the wedding, and they called off the wedding because the woman didn't want to marry him anymore because his nuts got big because of the vaccine.
The vaccine will do that to you.
That's what I've heard. At least I heard that from Nicki Minaj.
Give me a shot right now, man.
So then, this was Nicki Minaj's response. I'm so happy you brought this up. I'll give you $10 million in cash if you'd come and fight him since you beat your own mom. So now she's volunteering her pedo husband.
My husband will whoop your ass
for $10 million. I'll give you $10 million if you come. So that kind of makes me feel like she knows Dez is a 6'2" former NFL player. She knows her husband is.
What's the husband gonna be like? Be like,
it almost feels like she wants to see her husband's ass get beat, and so she's like, "I'll give you $10 million if you come do it." And so then she says, to her credit, he was lied on 31 years ago while both of them were 16, and there's proof. That's why they couldn't get that money they desperately needed and sued for. Now, you, on the other hand, was beating your mother as an adult. And so she's bringing that back up.
Bringing it back up.
So she's now told Dez to come fight her husband, and she will give him $10 million in cash.
Yeah.
This is my favorite tweet of 2025 so far.
Okay.
This was Dez's response. I've been lied on my whole career, so I'm not trying to hear all that shit. I thought we was speaking facts. I don't play all that funny shit. Go get that $10 million in cash. I'll stomp him out right in front of you, and it's rock for life, bitch. Go get that cash. Go get that cash now.
He's like, dude, the guy's still in shape. Like, come on, man. His business was football. Her husband's business is like rapping.
He's Des Bryant.
Yeah.
Like he was.
Oh man, I can't tell you how many times
that was all yesterday.
A girlfriend or a wife,
or over the weekend,
threw their husband underneath the bus. It's like as I'm working the door or something like that, or there's a spat, and they're like, "My boyfriend's gonna kick your ass," and they look at me and they're like, they look at their wife like or girlfriend and just be like,
"What are we doing here? What are we doing?" I still get mad at the roommate when she flips someone off in traffic when I'm driving.
Yeah, you're the one who's going to have to fight.
Now, okay,
Yeah.
I don't know what the guy looks like. He could get out of the car and he's bigger than me. Who knows?
I love the guy. I love the guy who thinks the little man syndrome, who thinks they're tougher than they are.
Yeah.
And their girlfriend's desperately holding them back, like, no, he's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
It's like there's a law of the jungle, man. Bigger usually wins.
Des telling her to go to the bank now, bitch, is one that's like I said, when I read that yesterday, I literally spit out loud at the bar, like I taking a drink, just following it, and then see that pop up, spit ranch water.
He's like, get that $10 million, I'll dog walk your husband right in front of you.
So yes, you were asking, how did we get from the owner, general manager of my favorite NFL team all the way to Dez and Nicki Minaj going back and forth?
Jerry's probably like, thank God.
Of course he is.
Thank God.
Of course. Now, I don't know. They'll talk about this for a while.
Yeah, like I'm just going to hang back here until I decide I want to come back out the shadows.
So when you reminded me that I said we weren't going to cover this back and forth,
Yeah.
you have to admit that was worth it.
That was a good one.
That was worth it to get all the way through. That's enough. I told you we're not gonna. I knew that was gonna take forever.
Well,
because
I'm glad you had fun this weekend, because my weekend was full of disappointment. Give me the minute.
Oh, on the clock.
Oh, Jeter, come back to me, baby.
Oh, he was busy this weekend.
Be back, come back. Show these guys how to play defense. We got ran by the Marlins, even though they're the hottest team in baseball. We're up
500.
by. You shut your mouth over there. We're the hottest team in baseball right now, and we're up by 5 in the 7th, and we give up 6. Come back, up by 2 in the 9th, and then our new acquisitions, our relief pitchers, where our whole bullpen is going to be the best in the league now, all blow up runs, and then our utility player in the outfield just straight misses the ball like the kid picking daisies in right field. I can't believe it. Then we get ran out 2 more times by the Marlins. First time they ever swept us. But here's your fun fact. The Marlins are the only team in baseball to have a winning career record against the Yankees.
Really? Sorry.
Fun fact.
Sorry.
Fun fact. But we will get Aaron Judge hopefully back for this Rangers tournament. We're up by 1 still, and hopefully win this game.
I'll give. It's like soccer. You get a little stoppage time because anytime I interrupt, I'll add on some stoppage time like a soccer ref. You think Judge is going to be back during this series?
They said he might. DH only.
Yeah, I saw he was taking some pop flies in the outfield in batting practice.
We had our rookie of the year give up about 5 runs. He gave up 4 runs on his opening game back. He was supposed to be our number 3. Like I said, he was rookie of the year last year. And, I mean, it's our defense. We had, Jazz Chisholm. I'm sure everybody saw that glorious play where he just sat there and watched a pop-up from in the infield to the second baseman as he stood 10 feet off of first and then gets thrown out at first because he didn't get back fast enough. And Boone had to take him down into the dugout and chew his ass out, not in front of the cameras. And then you're telling me he's like, I do the same thing. No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, that was the clip I saw because I was asking you before the show why everyone was mad at Jazz. The same thing happened. Rangers Bochy had to publicly call out Adolis for a base running error in Seattle on Sunday where should have been 2 runners on, no out, down 1 in the top of the 9th. Yeah. Instead, it's no runners on, 2 outs.
Dominguez can't throw it to the right base to save his life. He's sitting there trying to throw someone out at third when he should be make sure that first doesn't go to second. So we give up 1 run instead of 2 when we're up by 5. And it just every little thing is imploding like I'm watching the damn World Series again. And positive. It's only August 4th. It's not the World Series.
Yeah. And there's potentially,
of course, the Boston has taken over second spot in the AL East. We're still up on the wild card.
And Boston's the top wild card team now. So Boston, top wild card team, then y'all.
But there's a lot of
Seattle now a half game behind you for that third.
Phillies overtook the Detroit for best record in baseball.
You want to hear something fun? You know who comes into DFW right after y'all leave?
Oh, Philly.
Yeah. This is going to be a rough week.
So I will say the Yankees have the 3rd easiest schedule down the stretch. Okay. That's on games played, but like if we're playing hot teams like the Marlins, all the like Dodgers they're horrible. They're 3-7 in the past 10 games.
Yeah, but the problem, no one else in the NL West is.
Yeah, the Giants are just garbage
grasping
since the Devers trade. But yeah, I mean, we need to get some wins. Here we go. Another amazing play.
So we're
All right.
here. We're talking at the end of the 6th inning of this first game of the series. Yankees up 5-4 right now. I said at the beginning of the show, it's there's some symmetry between these two teams meeting up right now because everything you just said about your Yankees from this past weekend, I could hold a mirror up or I could just replay the audio because Rangers go 2-7 on the West Coast road trip. And not only is it 2-7, but you could argue it really should have been 1-8, but it also could have been 5-4.
Yeah.
It could have, they were right there, dumb base running mistakes, throwing errors.
We went to what? 12 or 13 with Tampa to take that series, which was good for us, but Tampa's reeling right now. Astros got Carlos Correa back, which he doesn't scare me as much as Springer used to. Springer just has he has a personal vendetta against the Yankees.
Him going back to the Astros scares me more on a vibes level than it does on a performance level. I think his energy back in that locker room,
But they don't
clubhouse.
they don't have the trash cans and buzzers anymore. So,
Again, that's why it's more vibes than actual performance.
more vibrations.
There you go. The one, I guess, pseudo bright spot. Would it kind of surprise you to learn that Jacob deGrom became the fastest player to 1,800 strikeouts this weekend?
Whoa.
Right.
That's amazing.
That's pretty crazy, right?
How old is he? 29?
Oh, no, 36, 37 now? DeGrom's old.
So,
But he's had all of the injuries.
So Nolan just, I guess
So
games
it's
played.
Games played, and that's
Yeah.
that's where the injuries save him. So it's
Okay.
he passed 1,800 strikeouts in 240 games, and that equates to
I remember when he was unhittable and when he played for the Mets.
1,493 in a third innings.
Yeah.
Over the course of that time. But even the DeGrom, you can't celebrate that milestone because it looked like he had dead arm in his start yesterday in Seattle.
Yeah.
Seattle popped a couple of big home runs against him where it was just meat. Instead of sitting 98, 99, it's sitting 94, 95, and it's bad location. So there's some serious questions, which makes that
starting pitching
makes that Merrill Kelly pickup potentially that more important for the Rangers.
And hence all the relievers we got. Quality starts is going to start going down, which is, if anybody doesn't know, quality starts is a 3-run average or less with pitching 6 innings. They're going down. Max Fried, he was number 1 in ERA going half the year, number 1 in quality starts. I know Uvalde kind of got back up. He led it, but he didn't start in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, he started having
Rodon. Rodon is still dominant, but he had over 100 pitches in the 5th inning. Because he's a strikeout pitcher.
Well, and he's pitching Wednesday in the day game, rubber game for y'all.
They're doing a day game on a Wednesday?
Yeah, the getaway game.
That's a Thursday kind of day games are Thursdays. Damn it!
I think it's because y'all are traveling. You have to travel because the Rangers stay home and they have the Phillies coming to town. But I think
it's like a 3 o'clock.
It's 1:30. It's to make it's to make the Yankees' life easier, so you're not traveling
West Coast.
Yeah, I think it's exactly. Yeah. So you're welcome, is what I'm trying to say.
Man, you're already trying to get out that L, right?
Yeah,
look, talking your way out that L.
It's not. It's not good, man.
Yeah.
Also, in the Rangers series, this was another it was a series of milestones. J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez, becomes the first 2020 guy to do it in his first 4 seasons. 20 home runs, 20 stolen bases each season for his first 4 years. First time in baseball history. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess 20 home runs. I'm 20 stolen bases.
That's why it didn't seem like huge.
If it was like a
30-30,
I'd be like, whoa.
Right.
That's pretty crazy.
But still, no, it's something no one has ever done. And that's something no one has ever done in a good sense. Now let's talk about Joc Peterson. So the Rangers owe him $18.5 million this year and next year.
Oh,
It's an albatross, dude. Especially as they're flirting with this tax line where it looks like they're going to, it looks like we talked about last week.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going to be repeat offenders and they're going to have to pay an extra 50 cents on every dollar they are over the tax.
Are they going to hit the luxury?
They won't lose a draft pick yet, but they'll have to pay 150% on every dollar on the or above the tax line.
We released Stroman, our starting pitcher, but like he was supposed to be a long inning. It was one of our worst signings. He got like a 2-year, $35 million contract.
But this was year 2, right?
Yeah. And we were going to make him a long inning pitcher, and he was like complaining at the beginning of the year, being like, I'm a starter, and it's like we already got good starters. We had Cole, Rodon, Freas. We just picked up our rookie of the year, Hill. I always say Heel, but it's spelled Gil, so Gil. It was just
as someone who doesn't watch the Rangers, it always trips me out when you say it because I know it from I played a shit ton of MLB The Show this weekend because I'm back in on baseball.
Franchise.
We got the deadline passed. I've got my franchise going. I'm playing every game, and then the Rangers go 2 for 7 on the road trip. But
oh man,
Joc Peterson owed $18.5 million again next year. This is his slash line now. He's played 53 games this season. 126 batting average, 256 on base, 217 slugging.
Yeah, no, that's minor.
If that sounds bad,
send him back to the minors.
it's because it is historically bad. He doesn't have any options. He couldn't go, and I think he's got the right of refusal because he's a 10-year veteran.
Yeah.
So there have just been 20 players in the history of baseball that have posted a 130 batting average or worse in 150 plate appearances or more in a single season. So you have at least 150 plate appearances. Your batting average is 130 or lower. There's only 20 guys in the history of the oldest sport we have in this country. 20 dudes have ever been that bad through this many at-bats in a season.
Minus boxing and horse racing.
Team sports. To make it even worse, Peterson is one of 8 players who have done so in the modern era. So since 1901, there's only been 8 of these. 12 of the 20 were before the 1900s started.
Is he sitting on your bench or is he an everyday
He's
player?
our starting DH. Oh, my God. Let me make it even worse for you. He's one of 5 who have done so after baseball integrated in 1947.
Oh, buddy.
So there's only been 5 of these since 47. And then the last nail in the Joc Peterson coffin until he has a career revival and leads us back to the playoffs.
You better start going praying to Joe Boo.
I'm bringing a bucket of KFC chicken at this point.
You didn't say it had to be live.
It can't hurt.
That's a full chicken.
He's one of only 2 guys that have been that bad, have had numbers that bad in the last 50 years entirely.
Oh, boy.
The other one you would never guess. It actually happened last season. Well, you might know because of the AL East connection. The Rays catcher from last year.
Oh, yeah.
Alex Jackson. He hit 122
buddy.
last season.
Oh, buddy.
So the only guy in my lifetime to have a season so far as bad as Joc Peterson, a guy who's getting paid $18.5 million.
He's gonna pull it around. He's gonna pull it around.
At this point, the sunk cost is what it is. That they have to just hope he does because they don't have. There are major league players that are in their system. Like guys that are on that fringe, like Osuna's been called up. Alejandro Osuna's been called up a little bit. The other kid who's Cody Freeman, brother plays for the Rockies. Younger brother in the Rangers system. He's been up a couple times. It's to the point where those guys are deserving of the opportunity to take those at bats from Joc. But then what do you do with Joc? Then you've just got $18.5 million sitting on your
has
bench.
he like just straight refused? It's like, yo, go make your money and go sit in the minor leagues or go sit at home.
So
they can just release him and just pay him.
They could just release him,
and that would just open up an extra bench slot. And at that time, you got to do that, man. I mean, I remember
I'm kind of to that point
because
now.
it's Stroman. Because of the release of Stroman, it was they did the 5 worst Yankees Brian Cashman's deals as GM, and one of them was Jacoby Ellsbury, which we sent down in the minor leagues. After
I forgot about the Ellsbury.
And we signed him to a 7-year, $197 million contract or $79 million contract. But yeah, Ellsbury finally got off our books 2-3 years ago. And I think we dropped Stroman. I think that kept us under the luxury tax so we can actually keep our draft pick. And yeah.
God, that Ellsbury. And I was curious to see what some of the other names on that list was.
You like a lot of them. Like I didn't recognize.
I
too
forgot
much.
about like Igawa, the pitcher, or Carl Pavano, other pitcher that was really good for the.
He was the Japanese
was it the Marlins. Pavano was.
A lot of them were like specs, but like Jacoby Ellsbury was definitely. I don't know how that's not the worst one.
I was about to looking at number 1 and 2. Yeah, it's the most money and the longest.
But Stroman was they put him as 5, just because we just released them and just ate them. Decided not to. We ate
the Rangers
what we had.
The Rangers would be a better baseball team if they ate the money and DFA designated for assignment released. Job.
Pull up one of your prospects, But I guess you lose. When's the deadline of pulling up a prospect where they keep the rookie year?
We're past that already.
Yeah.
But you have to have them up before September to be playoff eligible. So you've got this entire month because that's what the Rangers did 2 years ago with Evan Carter. Mm-hmm. He was in the minors all season, called up the last week of August, and ended up starting majority of the games during their playoff run. But again, sit here, Yankees winning 5-4 in the 7th, but more importantly now have a 2.5 game lead over the Rangers for that final spot. And this
aren't we above the final? Who are we at the final spot?
2.5. You're second. They're 2.5 over the Rangers, who are two games.
Third is the
Seattle. Who's half a game behind y'all.
So 1, 2, 3. So I guess
the Rangers could be under 500 by the end of this week.
So Tampa's got to be like a game back from that because he used to be.
Tampa's fallen. Tampa is so Cleveland and Kansas City have actually both passed Tampa, which is pretty crazy.
Cleveland's always up there, man. For some reason.
Even after the fire sale, God, their fire sale was nothing like the Twins though.
And Seattle getting the Suarez, whatchamacallit. So let's talk some big names.
Yeah, the Seattle moves Naylor and Eugenio Suarez. That makes them clearly the favorite for that final wild card spot, especially with how well, the Rangers. 3 of their starting pitchers are like top 10 in Rangers history of pitching numbers against them.
Who got
George Kirby is unhittable if you're wearing a Texas Rangers jersey.
Athletics closer. He was a big name.
Padres. Yeah, Mason Miller.
Right. What are you doing,
wanted
Padres?
him?
Yes.
Well, because they're still not. I mean, if you're the Padres and you look around the rest of the National League,
you got Tatis, you got Machado,
and you've got all of that money already directly invested. Like you're not getting off any salary.
Yeah.
You're going for it every year when your payroll is that big. Mm-hmm. And they only have a 4-game lead over the Reds. Now that the Giants have cratered, the Giants were their main motivation to get better at the deadline because that's who they need to stay ahead of to get that last wild card spot.
Yeah.
For a deadline where, you and I both talked about so many teams, like the Angels were buying. Yeah. The Angels were making trades. And the Angels have now fallen below the Rays in the AL wildcard standings. So many teams were
I don't know what the
thinking.
Angels were thinking about, man.
Yeah, Artie Moreno. Kind of like Jerry Jones. Like Artie Moreno.
He's a wild card.
He's a wild card. He does. There's one team in baseball that conducts their business different than anybody else, and it's the Angels. And you remember 2 years ago, they made all of those trades. Like they got Giolito at the deadline.
Yeah.
There was another guy they got, and then the very next week they just cut them all. They were like, "Oh no, actually we're tanking now, even though we just traded away 3 of our top 10 prospects for these guys."
Man.
Now. Because that was when all those dudes had to pass through waiver wires, and playoff teams all of a sudden were getting a guy that could actually benefit
do
them. And the rest of the teams were like, whoa, this isn't fair.
Yeah.
Like, just because this idiot doesn't know how to run a baseball team doesn't mean
you can stack up
they
the
should
Dodgers.
get a waiver wire.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or a waiver claim. But yeah, I mean, I think the team that, who do you think the team is that helped themselves the most? I mean, I
think Seattle.
I think it's hard to argue.
I would say the Yankees just because we got a third baseman and we literally just rebuilt our whole relief pitching. You know, because we knew that was our weakness and we got good names, but they didn't perform in the beginning, which it could be first game jitters because you have 3 days after a trade, you got 3 days to come and report. And everyone came the first day because it's the Yankees. You know, it's the pinstripes. Like, that's things of dreams for baseball players. But they just, I mean, I think with the Suarez and Seattle with the already sitting there moving up in the standings, and then didn't they get a big name starter pitching?
Which one?
Seattle?
No.
Or they tied up the relief.
I think they went relief pitcher.
Yeah, so a lot of relief pitching, and like that's kind of stuff where I never played fantasy baseball. Like my friend showed me his team, and I was like, man, I didn't see any real big names and stuff. But I was like, that's the one thing about fantasy is once you play and you start seeing the stats every day and seeing other teams who are actually winning, you will start picking up the names. That's why anybody who hasn't played fantasy, I always say, play 1 year in a real lax league, and you'll see how it goes. You know, you'll see all the movements. You'll see all how everything, you know, start recognizing names and recognizing talent and whatnot.
Yeah, Caleb Ferguson. That was the bullpen arm Seattle picked up. I knew I'd just seen him this weekend. Yeah, specifically looking at the teams that
Houston with Correa.
Houston with Correa, I think that's it's an emotional lift potentially where, you know, the value, I wouldn't call it momentum, but I would say bringing a familiar face back to the clubhouse where all the dudes love him, the mental, emotional boost.
And he was the biggest one to speak out on all their scandals.
Yep.
You know. The biggest one to sit there and throw himself on the fire, even though he was lying out his ass.
Well, minor detail.
But
for the Rangers, for example, I like the additions to the bullpen. I like Colomb. I like Matan, even though he's the guy that pitched for the Astros during a lot of the rivalry. He's the guy who broke Josh Young's wrist or hand with a hit pitch.
Yeah.
There's baggage there, but he's a great bullpen arm. Obviously the big haul of Merrill Kelly. If you can't find a bat, you might as well make your starting pitching better.
Yeah.
And it kind of felt like there wasn't a bat on the market that they were comfortable giving up that level of prospect haul. Because I think the Rangers did their business where they decided these are the level of prospects we're comfortable losing. We're comfortable putting in a trade. And whatever that can get us, we'll adjust our plan around. So if that can get us a bat that we need, we'll do that. If it can get us a starting pitcher, we'll switch ideas, switch gears. And, a couple of the names, Rangers gave up a kid named Cole Drake in the deal. He's a Wiley kid, DFW kid. It would have been cool to see him pitch for his hometown team. I think he was the Rangers' 5th, number 5 prospect. But the system, it's not that good right now. The name I really didn't like seeing included was this 22-year-old Canadian kid named Mitch Bratt. and he had pitched for Canada in the most recent World Baseball Classic.
Oh, okay.
He was on their staff as a 20-year-old.
Didn't Canada have like a good run on that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he was, he's Rangers drafted him. He's always been their property. It's he was looking like he might be a development success story for a team that historically cannot develop starting pitchers.
He gave up some prospects.
We gave up. So Drake was 5th overall prospect. Brat, depending on what source you're looking at, is anywhere from 7th to 9th. And then they gave up another young arm that is like fringe top 10, like 11, 12, 13 range. So, I mean, that's for a system that is light on starting pitching and potential big league arms. They gave up a lot to bring in Merrill Kelly, who's only a rental, going to be a free agent at the end of the year.
And see, that's the thing with the Yankees is all the relief pitchers we pitched, we have them for 2 to 3 years. And they're all in the 20s.
Yeah,
so it's like that was where I give them applause on a lot of, like, if you're grading them. I bump up a grade on that one. I give them half a grade better because it's
team control is
none of them are rentals. Even McMahon, our guy, he's 2 years. We got him for 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, that team control is not to be undervalued because I think the Rangers, in a bit of a trade-off of in the Merrill Kelly trade, I think they included an additional prospect so that Arizona would keep more of his money.
Yeah.
So they could potentially maybe stay closer to that tax line. So even then, you're paying a higher premium so that the other team will keep some of the money to keep your books a little like it.
Yeah.
They're clearly going for it as best they can right now, while also knowing, this might be Adolis's last year as a Ranger. That contract is not set.
Unless he takes a generous pay cut.
There's part of me that kind of feels like
Just
even at that point,
Ranger.
well, they might tell him like, man, thanks for all you did with us in 2023, but we got to go cheap at the position because we're up against the tax line, or they're saving up. But you mentioned it. The teams that I think in the American League, the teams that had the best trade deadline are all of the teams I need the Rangers to catch.
Yeah,
it's the Astros in Seattle in the division, and it's y'all in the wild card.
Yeah.
The only one I would say I was glad Boston didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're just hot. They did something. They got rid of Devers. That's what they did.
Apparently that was worth more than
we thought.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little college football real quick?
Yeah, let's do a little quick main seggy because this works out. I wasn't. I don't want to jump fully into. We'll call this
a little early.
This is a preview.
Yes.
A college football preview.
Because I did not do my homework.
Oh, fair. Well, that's even better. No, we'll start with the main reason it kind of crossed my plate today was the coaches poll coming out. And for the first time ever, Texas #1 in the preseason coaches poll. Who gives a rip?
Wow, they go to the SEC and they're #1 in the coaches poll.
That's amazing how that happens.
That's wow.
And also the #2 team is Big Ten. Amazing how that happens. Wait, and hold on, let me see here. What two teams play each other in a primetime game in week 1 of the college football season? Oh, that's right. It's the #1 versus #2 team in the country. So the narrative is set. And I can't tell you how excited I am for that.
Is that during Labor Day or is that?
It's the weekend. It's that's Saturday, August 30th.
Oh, buddy.
So I know September 4th, Cowboys, Thursday night.
I'm going to have to tell one. I think I have a fantasy draft that day. We're going to have to reschedule that one.
So it's going to be a hard schedule all weekend because
I might be down. Let's do like an appearance, not like a full on like podcast, but we might do an appearance for that show. That'd be dope.
That wouldn't be bad. There's a bunch of good places, a bunch of good UT Homer bars.
Yeah, you get me downtown.
That's the way to do it. That first week technically starts August 23rd, but that's the game in Ireland. That's Iowa State, Kansas State. At least we get
some Big 12.
Holy.
What?
Why are they playing? They're playing a Big 12 conference game in Ireland. That's like the division game being played in Brazil.
Yeah.
That. Both of those teams are still. Yeah. Okay. No. I didn't notice that whatsoever when I made my notes. When you just said that.
So did Iowa State stayed? It was Iowa that.
Yeah, Iowa's Big Ten.
Yeah. So Iowa State stayed.
Iowa State's still there.
Yeah.
That is a Big 12 conference game being played.
Well, that's Big 12 trying to out SEC a little bit, being like, you got the Big Ten and the two showcase powerhouse SEC and the Big Ten.
Man, I can't get over this.
Big 12 is trying to be a talking point.
Both of these teams are potential Big 12 contenders, too.
Yeah, I mean.
Avery back at Kansas State. Rocco Beck back at Iowa State.
Oklahoma State was supposed to run away with that division last year.
So, did you see what else they did?
Last.
Arizona State, the team that was predicted to finish dead last in the preseason Big 12 coaches poll, they won the Big 12 and made the play. So you know what the Big 12 did?
What?
They're not doing a preseason coaches poll this year amongst their conference. They don't want to have egg on their face that bad again.
Yeah, like it was totally.
They're just refusing to do a poll now. But
Gundy, my
outside
man.
of that August 23rd game in Ireland, you're right. That next week, Labor Day weekend, is when college football actually fully kicks off. And just tell me interest level in some of these games. This first one, not necessarily going to jump off the page, but I have a sneaky suspicion this game could.
It's a sleeper game.
It could determine a college football playoff spot, potentially. Boise, this is Thursday night, August 28th. Boise at South Florida, USF. USF is a hot pick in the AAC. I think they're still. It's still.
Do they get a guaranteed spot? AAC?
Tulane, Memphis, Utah. No, but they get the Power Five. The best of or not Power Five, the Group of Five, the best of everyone else. So last year it was Boise State, but Army was right there, being close. Army ruined Tulane's chance when they beat them in the conference championship game.
Run the ball.
So Army this year. They opened this week. I didn't put it in my notes, but they opened this weekend against a college I used to pay tuition at when it was literally just cow pastures and like one dormitory, like just Tarleton State University, a straight ag right in the cowboy capital of the world, Stephenville, Texas. Tarleton is full Division I now, and they're about to get their first taste of a service academy football.
Some oil money came from that one.
They're going to get trounced. But no, that first game, Boise at South Florida.
Yeah.
Boise obviously was in the playoffs last year. They're favored to get back there again this year.
That's going to be but you're saying, what was it?
I'm thinking USF playing at home week one, South Florida.
So I thought it was UCF used to be all the one that used to. Are they SEC now?
They're Big 12 now.
They're Big 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they made that.
Because I was like, UCF was always in the picture.
Well, USF, there was a year when I paid tuition to Tarleton State University that USF was the number 2 team in the country. It was the weirdest year. It was like 05, 06, somewhere in there.
Who did they have?
They had a really good quarterback. Man, what was his name? They were what was his name? He was a little he never caught on in the league or anything, but I think he floated around practice squads.
I know college. I know college football more than I know college basketball, but that's not saying much. Unless it's one like the top 25s. Like I'm not gonna.
It was 2007.
Yeah,
and they made it. It was BCS rankings still, and they were number 2 in the BCS rankings. At one point during that 07 season.
Sure, undefeated.
Oh, wow. You want to hear something funny? What? Another name you wouldn't. So Ohio State was number 1 in the week that South Florida was number 2 in 2007. Ohio State number 1, USF number 2, LSU number 4, Oklahoma number 5. The number 3 ranked team was Boston College. Two of the top 3 teams in the BCS poll were South Florida
How about them apples?
and Boston College. God, someone look it up and tell me what that quarterback's name was that was so good for them. But there's a lot of people that are predicting USF might be closer to that pack of Tulane, Memphis, UTSA than the rest of the American Athletic Conference. That Friday night, August 29th, Auburn at Baylor. At least we'll see which one of those teams starts with a win. Yep. Baylor, there's a lot of hype with Sawyer Robertson coming back.
Auburn's gonna be favored.
I don't know. Baylor had the weirdest year last year where they were one of the 5 worst teams in college football the first half of the season, and then they went on the win streak.
I know they got some money, so they got some NIL talent. So.
Oh yeah, they've always got money. I bet Baylor's not the favorite, but I bet it's like Auburn 2.5 or something less than 3. Also, it's in Waco, so Baylor get a little bump there. Other Friday night game, Georgia Tech, Colorado, first Colorado game without Shedeur or Shiloh.
I don't know if you saw the QB stats for Cleveland right now. Shedeur is outperforming everyone.
Are we looking at training camp stats now?
Camp. Yeah, well, I mean, he's throwing 70% and he's 6-0 touchdown interception ratings.
So we should start keeping stats of bullpen sessions that pitchers throw on off days, because I thought that's where you actually practice.
They're gonna have to pick.
You practice to get better, and so you try new stuff. You try things you're uncomfortable with.
Somebody from the tape
from said practice.
They got to pick someone. That's how they're going to have to do it.
I just hate the comparing of stats to be the determining factor.
But when you got when you draft 2 quarterbacks. What
was it, 3rd and 5th round? Yes. Gabriel in the 3rd, Shedeur in the 5th.
Yeah, when you draft 2 quarterbacks and you got a vet Flacco and you got Deshaun Watson that you've already paid guaranteed money for,
it's the worst. It's the only one crazier is the New York Giants quarterback room, and it's not even close to what Cleveland's
DeVito's
going through.
Pull a Nancy Kerrigan like a Tommy Hart, just hit that net. Jameis came out with the funniest thing. He was like, "Oh yeah, I had a great drive down the field. Oh man, I'm used to it from the Saints. Man, I would have a great drive down the field, and they bring in who's the other quarterback that they use as a tight end?
Oh, Taysom Hill.
Yeah, they bring in Taysom Hill and get the touchdown, so I'm kind of used to that.
Yeah, it was because they brought Friday Night Lights.
They brought in
let
Dart.
the white boy score.
Yeah, they let a Dart come in.
Or not Friday Night, Varsity Blue.
Yeah, Jackson Dart come in and score at the goal line, and he's like, "Oh, I'm used to it."
It won't take him. Well, I think he's probably going to be holding as we talked about last week. He's going to be holding the clipboard more than anything, but. At least give me entertaining media hits like that.
Yeah.
Also, remember the NFC East is the in-season Hard Knocks division this year.
Ooh.
So when the Giants are 2-8 and Hard Knocks starts in Week 11, hopefully we get some Jameis gold.
Can I get like a soundbite from the GM's kid telling him like, "I told you to pick Jaden Daniels."
I think it's the same GM that convinced the owner that Saquon Barkley was washed.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Even if we re-signed him, he doesn't have anything left.
And the owner, as he leaves, he's like, "I just don't want him to go to the Eagles."
Well, sir, unfortunately, you kind of lose control over that. Rest of the games from that first weekend, that I'm telling you,
LSU,
I was
is LSU
really
Clemson. I see
LSU Clemson Saturday
James
night.
In the chat.
So
nice.
Earlier in that day, we had Bama at Florida State.
Okay.
Florida State looking to rebound from the hell season they had last year. Bama looking to rebound from year one under Kellen DeBoer, not Nick Saban.
Not living up to the glory of Nick Saban.
I don't think this is true, but I heard someone talking about being at a Alabama donors dinner up in DFW a couple weeks ago, and no one even bid on the signed Kellen DeBoer football.
It was a silent auction, and it was just like
no votes.
Nope.
No votes. Win an SEC championship, and then we'll vote for your signature, or we'll pay for your signature. How about Kyle Field, Saturday night game, 6:00 kickoff, UTSA at Texas A&M.
San Antonio, get ready, man. Let's get the Aggies.
Okay, I'm not predicting an upset. I'm not saying the Aggies are going to lose. UTSA is going to score points in that game.
Oh, yeah.
Marcel Reed is going to have to, take full control of that A&M offense. I was reading a bunch of their recruiting, what they have coming in over the next. They just got the number 3 quarterback in the 2027 class to commit. They've got a top 30 dude in the 2026. Mike Elko is recruiting the hell out of Bryant College Station. The new home of Ghislaine Maxwell, Bryan, Texas. Mike Elko is bringing.
Wow. She all of a sudden went to a low security.
She's there with
minimum security.
The Theranos chick. The real deep voice, but she's a smoking hot blonde. What is LG? Help me out with her name. Something Holmes or something like that.
Oh,
Liz.
There you go. Yeah. That's your. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
buddy.
fun times in Aggieland.
Why did she get moved, huh?
LSU, Clemson, so she could be there for that Roadrunner upset come August 30th.
Yeah.
And then that Sunday, we actually get some Sunday games too. Virginia Tech at South Carolina.
Don't we get a Monday game? I thought there was a Labor Day.
If we do, I missed it.
I thought there was always maybe it's the Sunday game.
So the Sunday one, it's VTech, South Carolina, Notre Dame, Miami. That should be a fun one.
That's
really fun. Yeah. And then just to see Bill Belichick make his college debut, TCU at North Carolina.
Oh,
also.
at least it's against TCU, man. Come on. Let's see if old girl's holding the clipboard.
I think North Carolina is a bit of a dark horse pick in the AAC, but TCU's a bit of a dark horse pick in the Big 12. I think that could be.
TCU's always been tough. Like the past 10 years, man. They're sneaky. They're sneaky tough.
Yeah, they
Horned Frogs,
and they have Hoover back as well for one more year at quarterback. So have an established weapon at quarterback. I'm looking to see if they're. What was the Monday game? If I missed it, that was the last one. You're right. That's the Monday game.
That's the Monday game.
TCU, North Carolina.
So is the Ohio State Texas games on a Sunday? Saturday.
And it's their Fox's big noon kickoff featuring
you got
Portnoy
to be freaking
and
kidding
would you
me,
look
dude.
at that? Oh, it's Joc Peterson. Yes.
Are you rooting for a tie?
I'm rooting for the fact
Are you rooting for a tie?
I'm rooting for the fact that
you didn't win the game.
I just hope
this isn't the playoffs,
I
man.
wish they had cut him an hour ago halfway through this game as I laid out his historically bad season. That immediately probably takes him out of that group that I was talking about because his numbers are so bad, a home run will probably spike him enough to... Whew. Well, hey, how about being distracted?
I don't want you ever seeing me get excited over something.
Thanks for this.
I called Judge's home run.
Thanks for this big TV you put in here so we can watch some live sports as we do.
Did you win yet? Have you won,
buddy? I have won.
Look at that meatball right over the middle. I have won the
game of life because Joc Peterson just hit his third home run of the season. At this rate, we're paying $6 million a home run. I'm going to celebrate a little bit. Okay, Joc, again.
So we're going to be starting a fantasy football team.
Tease the fantasy football before we hit lightning round.
So if y'all are interested in joining the Sports Cave Live fantasy football, throw us your emails. Or you can always hit us up on our socials. We'll give them to you at the end of the show.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. We need to – I have a specific email address that we can direct people to.
I built one too for it as well. I'm going to be running we're going to do this probably standard PPR Yahoo format because most of my other teams are on Yahoo and I like to just keep it all on one. So
I thought Yahoo was pretty much dead now.
Nah, Yahoo's still kicking, man. It's more for they do a lot of little fun stuff on it. And oh man, I'm so pissed.
It's so
Williams,
distracted. I
dude.
love it. I love
But
it.
if y'all are interested, we're looking to make it I want a 10-man league, but we might do an 8-man league. But first come, first serve. Let us know, and we'll sit and put you in. And we're gonna probably just do it. We're gonna be doing it. Maybe I don't know if we're gonna go live anywhere, but it'll definitely be on computer, and it'll be probably the day before that
for
Wednesday.
the draft.
Yeah, it'll probably be.
Hell, we could do it
we do-
live on the Wednesday night show
That's
that
what I'm
week.
saying. The Wednesday night show before the first game of the NFL season, we can do a quick live one on the draft, and that'd be fun. I'd like that.
Yeah,
So, unlike this,
we'll get you some more details as we get
the
closer.
best closer in the game that we picked up in the offseason that just constantly gives up fucking.
Well, on that note, LG, give me some lightning round before we get out of here.
Shit.
We didn't have. Hey, we don't get demonetized now, but let's not go crazy. We didn't even have time. I'm so excited about this Joc Peterson home run. I can't talk.
Just get on with your lightning round, man.
We'll talk more detailed about the De'Aaron Fox extension on Wednesday's show. Remind me, because I don't want to do it here in lightning round. I want to do a full NBA contract extension segment because we also had Mikal Bridges and Luka get extended too. So we'll save Spurs talk, De'Aaron Fox talk for Wednesday. I ask you. Did you know there was a baseball game held at a NASCAR stadium this weekend?
No.
When did you learn that happened?
Like 30 minutes before the show. when I saw the run sheet.
That is such a bad sign for baseball. Like, that just tells you how poorly they market their product.
They didn't market it at all. Like, you went from the Field of Dreams, which was heavily marketed.
Awesome.
And one of the best games to play, even though the Yankees lost the first one, but we won the second one.
They should do that every year.
But that was amazing. The nostalgia, the cornfield in the background.
Only 7,000 people.
Only 7,000. Like the small, because they literally. I don't know if it was the exact same field that they did in the movie. Same property,
I think, but not on the actual, or maybe it was
White
on the
Sox,
field.
Yankees. That thing.
It was perfect.
It was beautiful. And now they do something so mundane with zero promotion, trying to grab some NASCAR fans.
So they also have the Williamsport where they do the Little League World Series game.
Yeah.
That place holds less than 3,000 people, I think. I was looking at it. I was reading an article earlier. So they say they got 91,000 in attendance Saturday night. They sold 86,000 tickets.
Really?
It was packed, dude. It was because
who was even playing?
Atlanta and Cincinnati, and it's in Bristol, Tennessee. First baseball game, first major league game ever held in Tennessee.
Yeah, I was about to say Tennessee was just probably itching.
And Bristol, there's party crowd, party people. Bristol's arguably one of that's a crown jewel of NASCAR tracks.
Yeah. A
little short track, fastest half mile in the world. But the game itself Saturday got rained out. And when you were talking like Jeter, we need you. Like Jeter had to cover 4.5 hours of live television.
If there's one person that can do it, the GOAT himself.
So I'll say this: Jeter, Big Papi,
they're
A-Rod.
Great. A-Rod can say some stupid stuff, but Big Papi and Jeter are the best.
But when A-Rod says something stupid, both of them immediately say, that's stupid.
Yeah, they get on his ass.
Yeah.
He's the whipping boy. And he plays up to it great.
I kind of think they are slowly, or maybe not so slowly, getting that comfort of Shaq, Kenny, and Barkley. It's because they can all bust each other's nuts.
Yeah.
They had the rivalries. They had the personal storylines. Jeter trading position, or A-Rod trading positions. Like there's so many personal battles and storylines, narratives they went through together. Especially, I'm biased, obviously. I remember 2023 World Series coverage. That was kind of where I was like, okay, I don't think I hate A-Rod nearly as much as I did. Like Jeter, a man who never did stuff with the media for the media, now owns a player publicist site and is doing pre and post game coverage.
Yeah.
I never would have expected it, and
He's
like
doing great.
Now again,
You want to talk about one of those men with the auras?
when you got to kill 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
And no one's good at that. I mean, you had what's his name talking at one point, the host Veskurgen talking about they were running out of food. Like apparently, at first they ran out of hot dog buns and nacho cheese, so they were just selling people weenies and nacho and
What
chips.
is this, the 99 Woodstock?
It's kind of Firefest. It's kind of baseball Firefest. So it's a NASCAR track, but baseball ran the event.
Yeah.
So clearly, NASCAR knows how to entertain 90,000 people at that track.
Just give him beer.
Baseball, maybe not so much. But I do love the bits. They brought back the bullpen carts.
Yeah, the bullpen cards.
They killed some time. We might play that clip on Wednesday's show.
Yeah.
But
go ahead, hit me, LG.
still a good bit.
Yes, I have been binging some King of the Hill. It is great. It's nostalgic. Oh man, Peggy, Hank, Bobby, R.I.P. Dale Dribble.
1 to 10. How good is it compared to the original episode? I'm always worried of the remake.
It hits the time and age, and they are going beautiful on jokes. And right now, you can get your very own Alamo beer at HEB in honor of the King of the Hill reboot. Keep it going. You got to support the King.
It's kind of surprising that no one ever did that before now.
Oh,
having the specific
the Alamo beer.
Yeah, I mean we have Alamo Beer Company here.
Yeah.
That's been around for a decade now, decade plus. As its newest iteration, their brewery is right in my neighborhood down there. But we've never seen someone replicate the exact
can.
branding can.
Yeah, the little brown can, which is Alamo.
It's just gonna sell print money just based on that alone.
Oh, you don't even know how to bunt.
Anyway,
go ahead.
King of the Hill, hit me, LG. The King of the Hill coming back also plays into how we're going to close the episode here in a minute.
Yeah.
I got a little King of the Hill tie-in there. The only other one, we talked last week when we finished our NFC East. Do you know the Yankees are about to score a run? You're looking at me like you've already seen the update.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I'm just.
I'm nervous now because
Jazz Chisholm can't even put down a bunt.
So he's about to go yard with 2 strikes because we're 30 seconds behind.
Oh yeah, I haven't.
Okay.
I'll flip it over. Flipped it over.
We talked about when we were doing our NFC East previews. Obviously Washington being potentially a team that passes Philly this year with everything Philly has to replace. Washington being, now year 2 into the program.
Not if they don't keep on scary Terry.
Buddy, that literally, he demanded that trade like an hour after we finished that episode last week. And we've had no resolve, no reports of being closer to having a contract agreement.
Pay that man, y'all. Pay that man.
I just didn't realize, especially as we were talking about it last week. In my head, Terry McLaurin is 27. 20 at most 27 going on 28. I didn't realize he turns 30 in a month and a half.
Yeah, he was a high he had a high ceiling coming out of college and whatnot. And I just remember him from the draft is like, you got to pick someone from Washington.
Ohio State, right?
Yeah. And he's like, you have to pick someone from Washington. The number 1 receiver is Terry McLaurin. And he'd always throw up like a 30-point game, on fantasy. And then it would just be like 3 points, 4 points,
Yeah, the more, now that knowing he's 30 and they're going to have to, they should already be preparing for the Jaden Daniels mega contract that's going to come in 3 seasons. Yeah. Because you're going to.
That's why not just give him a 3-year,
3 year, 35.
Yeah.
Be done with it.
Just be actually do a 4-year, give him like the $40 million per year.
And the guarantees are only in the first 2
and then
years.
Just stack all the cap on the front end and leave all the back end for when Jaden Daniels gets signed. It's just like It doesn't make sense to me.
His trade request actually feels like a legit.
Oh,
I don't think I'm going to get my money here. I do want you to trade
because
me.
it's good. Like this is technically his last.
It's his last
big-
chance to cash in.
for his big contract and whatnot. Hit me, LG. All right. We have one Cameron Young wins his first PGA tournament in his long historic career. We start the FedEx tournament coming up next week, but he has become the 1,000th player to edge his name into a PGA win. So that means 1,000 different players.
It's a nice round number.
Yeah, nice round number. 1,000 different players, and he's a journeyman. He's always been in some top tens. He's chased a couple times, and if a man, he deserved it. He was one of those guys that every player rooted for him, and to become the 1,000th player to win a PGA tournament in the history of PGA, that's pretty special.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if nothing else,
he cried on the green.
Of course he did. He's several runners up. I didn't watch,
but unfortunately, there was none of the big players playing that tournament.
Yeah,
either,
look, it still counts as a PGA. Yeah, there's no asterisk.
Still counts.
When the guy at the bar asks you, "What did you do for a living?" Well, I won a PGA Tour event. Yeah. I don't think they ask. Oh, was it a off week event? Was it a Were all of the top 20 players in the world there? It's still claiming he won it. Yeah, I didn't watch a second of that because I was locked into all the baseball. And like you said, it wasn't a real big.
It wasn't the biggest tournament.
Big draw.
FedEx next three tournaments.
That will be locked into.
Yeah,
though.
and now with the new rules where they don't get to start off with strokes, which is fantastic,
Thank God.
Yeah,
that was long overdue. That was a bad bit from the beginning.
Yeah, so now it's going to be even playing field for the next 3 games to win a whopping. I think they get $10+ million.
It has to be because I feel like last year was
like 15 or 17. I
think
it's ridiculous how much money that Tiger made them.
Dude, it's ridiculous how much money just being a guy that makes the cut half the time can earn you in that sport.
When you don't make the cut,
you get 0.
And you have to pay all the bills.
I'm sorry. I thought we were a capitalist country. I thought we were a country that rewards direct pay based off of performance. It's kind of beautiful. There's no safety net.
PGA.
No, so God no. God no. Hit me, LG. A couple other quick ones. So this is a yay boo story. Oasis set the record for beer sales in Wembley Stadium. They sold over $250,000 beers at their show.
God. They're keeping records of that in Wembley?
Yeah, because they host all the big soccer matches, and so it's a big competition of, your soccer team makes it to the makes it to Wembley. And they was that a double play? That was a double play. So they track beer sales at Wembley. So yay, Oasis set the record for most beer sales ever for an event at Wembley. The boo: a man fell from the upper deck and died.
Yeah, might have been related.
Who can say? I don't have a degree in alcohol. I'm not the scientist here. And then elsewhere. Tell me if these charges match the action, okay? Disorderly conduct, indecent exposure / public indecency, and criminal trespassing.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at like a streaker.
That would be your first thought when you hear something at a public event.
Yeah, a streaker.
Public indecency, a streaker
at a Little League game.
And then you're dealing with in front of minors, which would make it... luckily, the individual at question, what's his name? Delbert Carver is his name.
Of course it was.
Delbert is one of the individuals that has recently thrown a neon green dildo onto the court at a WNBA game.
A dildo has entered the court. I say. I am sorry for your fans that you had to see that, but that is a dildo.
Yeah, there's so many.
Then a purple dildo came into another game.
Like, there's no. there are so many lines of humor that could be jumped on, like a fumble. Just everyone diving on the football. I don't know. I got a joke.
It's all slipping out their hands.
Yeah. Well, that too, like a greased pig.
This is like a Naked Gun scene right there.
Oh, I heard the new one's actually good.
I heard it's excellent.
I'm genuinely.
I'm making my kid watch the first one so I can go watch it with him.
As you should.
Yeah.
Make them watch old episodes of Police Squad the way back.
Yeah.
But yeah, those charges seemed a bit excessive. Like, quit throwing dildos onto the court, but also 3 different charges filed against him for throwing, feels like maybe both people are in the wrong there. And then lastly, you have anyone?
A quick hitter.
You don't have to.
No, I don't have to. Hit me, OG.
Okay.
Go Yankees.
Well, we are now in the bottom of the 10th, where, don't worry, the Rangers aren't. It takes them 2 innings to score a run in extras. They never score in the 10th. No, we'll end with this. On this day in 1993, a man who is about to make his King of the Hill debut, a man who will be appearing on episode 14 of the new season.
Ooh, I think I'm on episode
you told
10
me,
or 10 or 11.
You told me you were close earlier. Yeah. So this guy is none other than Alvin, Texan native Nolan Ryan.
Mr. Nolan Ryan.
On this day, 1993, of course, everyone remembers, everyone shares, everyone always references the headlock a 46-year-old Nolan Ryan got a 26-year-old Robin Ventura in before he...
The masher.
I've seen, like, as a kid, I saw that move Nolan did. Like, that's just the old man move of, I'm going to get you somewhere where you can't hurt me, and then I'm just going to swing. It's the old man at the bar.
Yeah, it's like if your head's down, I'm gonna lock it up and I'm just gonna give you a couple little uppercuts and stuff.
When we were in high school, everyone was trying to spear everybody. Oh, that's foul. Everyone was trying to spear everybody because of Goldberg. And anytime someone would come to spear me, I would that's headlock and straight Nolan.
Just put a foot back and just be like, you know that's fake, right?
That's not how this works. So. Again, everyone mentions, talks about the headbutt. That was one of the better brawls of that era in MLB.
Yeah.
So I thought we'd close out tonight. Obviously, start with the headbutt, but I got the full 2.5 minutes of how it played out that night. Because a Ranger coach ends up with a bloody. That was a sword swing.
That was a filthy pitch.
Ranger coach ends up with a bloody face from taking. There was bad beef, and it related back to the series they had just played against each other in Chicago. This was carryover from that series.
Yeah.
And this is how it played out on this night in 1993.
Here's Ventura, RBI single in the first. Watch out.
Ooh, bow time.
He thought, headlock, get him. There's the headlock.
And I love how
Young Pudge, Dean Palmer.
Yeah. That's a proper brawl. It's proper.
And it has a couple, like a wildfire.
Yeah.
Like it starts to die down, and then it gets a couple of
another
flares.
guy sucker punches another guy. I love this is like the old school Yankees and Red Sox balls, Everybody had their guy.
Exception to the pitch.
Look at 26-year-old Robin Ventura.
Oh,
that's Jeff Russell, notorious hard ass, red ass. Jeff Russell just looking to whip somebody's ass at all times. So here we get a flare up. The crowd's reacting, which tells you there's more people.
Someone from the bullpen's getting it in.
Yeah, at this point, I think it's the coaches that we actually start seeing because they've separated Nolan from the fray.
What a pick.
Nolan looks like he just wrestled a calf to the ground. Yeah, see, there's
things back up here. And there's Lamont.
There you go. Gino Petrelli. There's your.
And here we go again.
There's a flare. See, this whole Kenny Rogers, who threw the perfect game, number 37 right
Can I
there.
see who is in the middle?
Great
Bo's
chicken.
in there.
That's Bo.
Somebody
Bo
drags
knows.
out.
Yeah,
Bo
Bo
Jackson.
That's one player I would not want to meet in the middle. Bo just probably throwing people out with one hand.
Doug Manzolino. Jeff Schwartz.
Yeah, there. Mickey Hatcher, I
Mickey
think.
Hatcher's got a
Yeah,
pretty
Mickey
good cut
Hatcher
over
got
his right
popped.
eye, as
He's
you can see
bleeding
right
out his
there.
eye.
Oh, boy.
See,
Boy, this thing's getting ugly out.
we always talk about the headbutt, but this
Gotta
whole
get these two
brawl
teams back to their
was
benches.
Yeah.
old school baseball.
That was old school, man.
Yeah, that was on this day in '93. Funny enough, young Kenny Rogers there pictured would go on to throw a perfect game, but a few years later. Well, that'll do it for us.
Yep.
Rangers, Yankees, kind of poetically tied still in extra
Poetically
innings,
tied
so we
on-
can
on
sign
the-
off
The
and
day of Nolan Ryan and Ventura.
we can sign
that
off and go.
Stupid player that you were talking about hits a home run.
Oh, God bless Joc. I never doubted you, Joc. I never doubted you. I knew you. I knew you were coming out of it. I knew you were.
freaking liar.
Back Wednesday night. If you want to follow along on X at Biggest Puma, Instagram biggest.puma.
On Instagram, the Captain's Chair 210. And I'm going to throw out an email that I'm going to put this on my Instagram so that if you want to sign up, if you want to throw your name in the hat for the Fantasy Football League, it's thecaptain210@gmail.com.
There it is. Hit us up. Let us hear from you. LG, when's the next stream?
Wednesday at 2.
Wednesday at 2. Catch LG's house. I'm going home to play the EAFC closed beta that I just got invited to tonight. And I'm about to celebrate a Rangers victory. Be good. We'll talk Wednesday.
We suck again.
Go Joc Peterson. Peace. Hey, Josh Young.
Kids, what do we say about drugs?
Only thugs use drugs. They don't do drugs.
Yeah!